Alright guys, it's me Grizz. It's the end of the 48-hour build. Truck is not done. Close, but not finished. Glusnifr, my friend, you're building the same truck. The fitment issues on this thing are just horrible. In truth, this is a kit from the 80s. This is just a reshoot of it. This was designed as a snap together kit in the beginning. They've changed nothing. The molds over time have gotten hammered up. Mine came with defect as well as several others I've had of this, where the driver's side rear portion of the hood, there's a bow in it. I had to use boiling water to straighten most of it out, but it's not perfect. But unless I point it out, you really can't tell so badly. The rear wheels on these kits are horrible. You get an outside rim, you get an inside face, but the only thing to hold the inside dual tire to the outside dual tire is the pressure between the two pieces. Um, as far as the bed goes, bed alignment, the problems with getting it to fit. Let me grab a set of directions here. Um, you actually have to cut a portion of this off to make it work. And I'll show you at the end here, Glusnifr, so that you understand what I'm saying, because it is the only way to make this bed line up properly and fit together nicely. I went to town on this truck. I bit off more than I could chew. Just I'm one of those guys, once I get started, I just keep going and going and going. As far as some things that have been on here, Chris, acrylic paints, that's mostly what I use. Unfortunately, on this build, I had to use rattle can. My airbrush compressor blew up, and it's going to be a while before I can afford another one. Rivet counters, yes, we need them. Criticizing idiots who like to give rude suggestions but post nothing of their own. Yeah, don't care. They can post what they want. I'm not even going to involve myself with that. I'll just delete their posts. They mean nothing to me. I build what I can with what I have on next to nothing budget. I'm a dispatcher for a paratransit company. I don't make a lot of money. There's no hobby shop near me that you could call accountable. We have one place that deals with mostly trains. When you go in for models, you find models, but you don't have any supplies. There's no aftermarkets for them. So everything I do has to be Amazon, eBay, what have you. And that gets costly because of shipping. So needless to say, you won't be seeing a lot of wild and crazy, real hardcore customs out of me, although I could easily do them. I just don't have the resin engines or the detail master stuff to work with, so everything I have is mostly scratch built. And with all that said, alright guys, here we go. I'll get to the truck. Well, here it is. It is, like I said, 95% complete. Two-toned, black and gray. Around that gray will be some red pin striping. There's going to be some more custom red striping added to it. That's why the odd two-tone shape. But that's just going to have to come tomorrow. I still got some trims to do. The grill's laying right here. That's drying. The lights are they're done out with a little bit of future floor wax, some yellow paint to tint it. There's the bumper. I still have some plans for that, which I'll let you guys see when it comes out and done. This is my light bar. I didn't care for the light bar that came in the kit. That was too 1980-ish for me. I am a ex-repo guy, so we had all kinds of neat little toys on our trucks. And I went with a little bit brighter, more modern light bar. God, this camera sucks. You can't see it, but I used fingernail gemstones in here that are amber to simulate the amber lenses on the rotators. That will not be going up under here. That will actually be roof mounted, because I have some plans for up underneath here yet. I've got some white fog lights that are going to be facing rear here. I've still got to add the lights here. I'm not happy with what the kit has. I'm not just going to throw dots of silver paint in there and call it a light. I can't stand that kind of stuff. Here's the mirrors, done up in the same gray as the body. As you can see, I've cut the antennas off of it. They're going to stay off of that. Mud flaps, nothing special. I just detailed it up a little bit, gave the bolts a little highlight. I've got on my other updates, you've seen pictures of the interior, which you're not going to get a good shot with this piece of junk camera. You might see there's a shifter in there. I can tell you the floor's been flocked. The seats have been done up to be simulated leather and vinyl. And I did put a headliner in my truck. There is a red headliner in the truck, and if you could see it, which you can't because of this camera again, you might be able to catch a glimpse of it, but it's in there, I promise you guys. I do have a dome light. Again, those nail crystals, man, they do a lot of stuff. Rims, tires, factory. The only thing I did is I stripped all the chrome off everything but the bumper in this kit. I had a truck when I was repoing that looked exactly like this. This is what I was going for, was a truck that I drove for many a years. It was my workhorse. I miss that truck. That truck was a beast. I went hot rod with that thing when I redid it the first time, and that's why it's got red wheels with the silver outlines. This hood, as I mentioned earlier, if you look right here on this portion of the hood right here where my fingertip is, there was a warpage in that hood that was just awful, and I ran it under really, really super hot water, and I just kept massaging it until I got it down. It's not at all perfect. Not perfect by any means. Matter of fact, right there you can pretty well see that right here it's just nasty. So I may eventually someday, when I get in a better financial state, buy a resin hood to replace this one, because this hood's just awful. I've said for years I wish they put this bed in the snowplow kit, because I think it would have made a hell of a truck. Alright, engine. Whoop, that's not what they came in the box. Oh my, what happened here? Oh yeah, that's right. That's where all those wasted hours went. I completely gutted that engine compartment except for the wheel wells and their stuff. And for the most part, I just painted and highlighted their pre-molded stuff for now. Batteries wired up. Engines fully plumbed. Those headers are handmade. In one of my updates you can see where I cut all the tubes, bent them, made the headers from scratch. Those are not braided lines. Those are those nickel steel flexible lines that you can buy now. What do they call them? Corrugated lines. Anyway, they're chrome lines. I have yet to decide on an air cleaner for the 4-barrel. Engine's fully wired up. Underneath, homemade exhaust system. duals, front to back, dumping out in front of the side, in front of the tires. A little bit of homemade cherry bomb action going on there, you know. Redneck gotta have some noise. When it comes to the boom, I was horrified the first time I ever opened the box on this, because like I said, I used to repossess cars, so I know what a tow truck's all about. This whole assembly here is a solid chunk of plastic that hooks to this and hangs off of this little hook. This is not finished. I still got to paint the hook. I got to paint my clevises up here. I got to make the handles for here. I've got a lot more detail stuff that I'll be doing to this bed area to generate a real wrecker. But anyway, this is my this right here is my strap setup. This is all flexible. This is all flexible. This is that craft foam, that real thin flexible craft foam. That's what I made the belts with. The chains I had to drill and make my own brass hooking points here and here so that I could add my chains. I got J hooks that I got planned to be made. Back here you're going to see a lot more light work going on there in the bottoms and that. I still got to do my tail lights and so forth. Windows in this kit, awful. Windshield wasn't so bad, but that back window, the way it sits in there, I almost wished I'd have painted the dang thing black too and said it didn't have a back window, because it just looks terrible. But that's pretty much it. You know, I still got all the handrails. I got to do them for the rear. I'm not even sure I'm going to use the kit ones at this point. 48-hour build's over. I went crazy already with it. I may as well just keep going crazy. I'm probably going to build a set of brass rails for it and then paint those to match the truck. But that's it, guys. I did what I could, but it is what it is. I started out with 2 hours cut out of my time already, because I don't get off work till 9 o'clock most nights, and usually on Friday nights by the time I get home it's 10:30. So, you know, it is what it is. There it is. It's done. And I've been watching the other videos. Great job, guys. Thank you for your compliments. I can't wait to see some more. I'll probably be posting another video later this week with a project I was working on prior to this. So we'll see you later. Glusnifr, buddy. Here's what you need to cut to make this bed fit perfectly. Right here on the faceplate of the bed, you'll see these two little square holes. And right here on the bed, you'll have two little tabs. The problem with this kit was when it was designed to be nothing but a glue together kit or a snap together kit, there was another portion of this bed. Where it went, I don't know. But there used to be another part that fit underneath this head rack here. By deleting that, they make these tabs to fit this bed up against that head rack too high, and nothing wants to line up. So what I had to do, bud, is these two tabs right here, I had to cut them off flush with the face of the bed platform, and then I had to glue this unit in. It's the only way that you can get this bed to sit together correctly. Sucks, makes it harder to deal with once it's already painted, but hey man, you're gonna have a hard time otherwise. The only other option you have, is which I've done on a couple other ones, is go in here, grind out those little rests that are on the insides of the quarter panels, and then you take and hold your bedpan up into place here, and then you're going to have to run some L angle inside of the body to make it sit properly. And then you can take this, trim these tabs off, and put it in there. The only other option you have, which is not really an option, is to go along here and cut the top of this down. That doesn't work. It totally takes out the alignment of this window area. So that's going to be your best bet, bud. And nice build on that truck, by the way. You had a better idea than I did. I wasted a lot of hours cutting all that junk out. If I'd have thought about it, I do have a spare truck frame here. I'd have just used a new truck frame, period. But that's how you're going to fix your bed alignment.